Welcome. I do a quick presentation here. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Lounge Fireside Chat. Tonight, conversation is, as usual, about the person, leadership, what's behind the facade and the CV. And we all the time we have leaders that lead in a very critical environment in the technology space. Technology is ever changing. Even faster now.
Yeah,
and it's not going to stop. It's never going to stop. And leading in this kind of environment is very stressful, very peculiar, let's say. Our guest tonight is Pietro Mangione. It's very close for me because we're both Italian. We both come from the boot-shaped country. And Pietro has an amazing experience, more than 2 decades in the technology and transformation space across different industries. Telco, digital transformation, digital, etc., and is one of those rare breed that stay 24 years in one company only.
Yeah, sometimes when they ask me what's your job, what's your story, I said, yeah, guys, it's very boring. I've been 24 years in one company.
24 years, but different continent, different places, different countries.
Yeah, it was not boring at all.
Exactly, an amazing career as well. So we can't call it very stale at all. So tonight we'll explore your journey, your why, and how, of course, your leadership skills evolve and how you become who you are now. So welcome, Pietro Mangione.
Thank you, Luca.
So let's dive into it. I got some notes here.
Okay.
We just follow a flow and it's going to be a good chat. So, Pietro, tell us your story.
You know my story. How long you have?
All right, let's go.
Oh, my story. It's a multitude of stories. So I'm from Sicily, the south of Italy, while you are from the north.
I'm from the north, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Big dichotomy. We're friendly. We're Australian.
We are always friends in Italy, but the population is very different between the south and the north. Even though we have the Italian language that make us all Italians,
very true,
and a great history also. So my story is I grew up in Sicily, where I stayed until I was 18. And then, I've always been very ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm driven by dreams.
Like that.
When it was in 92, when I finished high school, the dream was going to university and going, where, in a good university.
Of course.
Good universities in Italy are in the north of Italy.
Yeah.
And as a good dreamer, I wanted what's the best university for me that was, computer engineering. That's what I wanted to study. It was Pisa. So that's where I studied university. And when I got my master degree in computer engineering, we specialize in robotics and automation.
Back in those days, it was pretty.
That's yeah. And then I had two options: stay in university at my degree. That was interesting, by the way, because I was working on robots, underwater robots.
Oh wow!
And the proposal from university was a PhD at Hawaii Islands, Honolulu. That was like, really?
I heard about worst place to study, to be honest.
And then I had the other option that was going to start working for a private company, which I decided to go working for a private company. And I can also tell you why.
Go for it.
The reason is it's part of my leadership journey, actually. So back when I was in university, high school and university, I was a super introvert.
Okay.
Probably I still am, right? But I didn't like being an introvert because, when you're an introvert and you are scared about approaching people, you miss lots of opportunities of, friendships, but not only, right? So I said, what can I do to improve myself? what's the job that I will be the worst at? I say, I'm not, that I can't do,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
if you try to do something you can't do, that's where you challenge yourself,
bang, yeah.
right?
You learn from, yeah.
And I say, okay, let's go in consulting. Consulting requires, of course, working in changing projects very, very frequently, meeting and working with multiple people, multiple clients, challenging yourself in front of clients. So I started my career not in Accenture. I started in another consulting company, and then I went.
Your only other company.
Yeah, my only other company. Knowing that I was not good to do that job.
Yeah. Yep. That's a great
So I
decision.
was
Honolulu being shit in something.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's choose a difficult one.
That was fantastic because I was perfect, spending the whole day in front of a monitor doing simulations of my robotic with MATLAB. I remember. I loved that.
Yeah.
And I loved computer programming also. That was me. I was a super nerd. But I did I want to improve. And that's the reason why I started in consulting 24, 25 years ago, because I spent 1 year somewhere else.
Yeah. And from there, rest is history, I guess. Like
the rest is history. That surprised me, to be honest, because my let me say ambition was to become a bit less of a nerd and a little less of an introvert in a couple of years, and then leaving consulting and finding a normal job. Yeah, when I joined consulting, people were telling me, "Hey, consulting is not a job, right? It's like it's like a gym.
Yeah.
It's like it's something you do to challenge yourself." And it's true. Right? So my mind was, okay, 2 years of like a master is enough.
Yeah.
After 25 years, I'm still in consulting. And to be honest, I'm a totally different person from that aspect. So people who know me now, no one tell me you are an introvert. They laugh when I say you're an introvert.
Nobody will imagine that. If you look back 30 years ago, it's like, Pietro's going to be like, managing director, consulting, and
He was out of my no way. For me, honestly, the best promotion for me, because I went through all the promotions, of course, in Accenture, 25 years. I was an analyst for 25 years. My best promotion was a promotion to manager. The best ever. You know why? In Italy, we have it's called executive dirigente, right? We change contract in Italy. That was something that for me was impossible. For me, becoming an executive in Italy with an executive contract is impossible.
Yeah, what achievement though.
And then when I kept pushing after 5 years, I was about 5 or 6 years, and I saw this milestone actually coming, and it became from impossible to a dream, and then reality. It was my best promotion ever. I was really happy. Better than all the others promotions.
That's amazing. And what brought you here to Australia? Like we all have a story, of course, behind it, but
yes.
I can see the trait here. The trend is like making the impossible possible. So
yeah,
what's right? Let's choose the hardest way here. So what's the progression to that brings you here to us?
That's another story. That you do time management on this, okay?
I'll try.
That's another story because I remember it. So I came 10 years ago, maybe almost 11. And I remember one weekend, a friend of mine called me. I said, "Pietro, there is a movie you have to watch." I said, "Okay, tell me which movie is it?" This movie is with Jim Carey, is Yes Man. Because it's not just a movie, it's nice, but there is a strong message. It's changing my life, can change your life, right? So I watched the movie. I watched the movie, and I don't know if you watched that movie.
Yeah, started to drink Red Bull, like, oh no. If you watch the movie, like, look at that scene.
By the way, the message of the movie is, so the movie is about a guy who is in a very difficult situation in his life, and a friend is asking him to go to a workshop, and the message of the workshop was, and the exercise of the workshop was, for 1 week, say yes to everything. Literally everything. You have to say yes.
Yeah.
Right? And at the end of the movie, of course, the life of this person changed for the better. And I loved that movie. Coincidence, the day after, I go to office, and my boss called me into his room, and he proposed me. He said, Pietro, they are asking for you, specifically for you, for a role in Australia, because there is a company, it was MBN, telecommunication company, who is building fiber across Australia. Your skills will be useful there, right? And my approach to him, and he was asked to ask me, so he had no interest on me to say yes, right?
Yeah.
So when I started, like everyone, sorry, look, I have my mortgage. I'm still paying my mortgage. I still have I have my mother-in-law is very sick. I started in this way, right? And he was like laughing. I said, okay, no problem, Pietro. And they said, stop. I watched myself from externally, right? And then I remember the movie, Yes Man. I said, sorry, yes, tell me more about the role. And he was surprised. I said, why you want to know more if you don't want to go, if you can't go? I said, no, tell me more. By the way, I asked to have an interview with the Asia Pacific lead of Accenture. And I said, yes.
There we go.
So, and they asked me on Thursday.
Yeah.
He was very pushy because he said, hey, I'm asking you to go to Australia. I'm not asking you to go to India or Middle East or Russia, because these were the destinations at that time. So it's Australia. It's amazing. So okay, it's like 30 years away, but 30 hours away.
Yeah.
But that's has to be amazing. So I said yes on Sunday in 4 days.
Wow.
And that was life-changing because literally I had all the possible excuses to say no, because I had a fantastic job on my clients. My mother-in-law was really sick. I was paying my mortgage, and I had people renovating my apartment in Rome.
Wow. Okay.
So my friends said, you're crazy.
You're crazy, pazzo.
Totally crazy, but it was the best decision of my life.
Yeah.
Best decision of my life.
That's pretty crazy. And I mean, for who knows us Italian, we're very traditional when we are in our own country. Like for us, change is difficult.
Yes.
So making this kind of change, like all of a sudden in 4 days, that's even more crazy. So, well, amazing. And I guess like that, of course, shaped your leadership journey, and you are a Gallup certified coach as well.
Now, yes.
What's brought you to that? Like, of course, you enjoy the teaching, coaching, sharing your experience, but tell me more about that story in your particular profession.
But again, I used coaching myself, right? So I have several mentors and several coaches. Another event, for example, that shaped my leadership and my career, my life, was Tony Robbins, the Unleash the Power Within. It's a 4 days full-time seminar that really changed my life. So I've always been very close to coaching on the other side. So being coached myself. So having a coach, having mentors, and I realized how important is for us and for our life and our careers having the courage to share that we need help and ask for help, right? So, and actually, it's a skill, it's a superpower, right? Understanding, okay, I need help on this. Uh, and when you open yourself, you understand you need help, and you understand who can help you. It's not difficult to find. It's not your friend. You need to find someone who went through the same challenge, and hopefully it was successful to overcome the challenge. So if you find a person who have already done what you're trying to do when you are challenged and you ask for help, so first of all, like 90% of the people are available to coach you.
Good.
So
Good advice.
my suggestion is do it. Don't be scared, because people actually like to give advice. Less people like to get advice, but people love to give advice, right? Uh, and then after I benefited from all this coaching, I said, why I don't apply coaching to my team? Instead of being the boss, that's terrible word. I don't like it. How you can be a leader? What's the difference between a boss and a leader? When you're a boss, people are working for you. When you're a leader, you're working for them. It's totally different, right? And how you work for them, helping them to grow. That's the best way. So I started applying this myself with the knowledge of lots of books and the training I had myself. And then a couple of years ago, I just formalized it. So I went through the training, Gallup training, and now I am a certified coach. And I do coaching still to my team, but now I have the methodology, the Gallup methodology. That's very, very powerful.
Powerful. Yeah. That's amazing. And like sharing when, I consider yourself successful.
Yeah, I still have the same mindset when I started. Right? I'm not good at this.
Yeah. Oh well, you know what? It's the imposter syndrome. I don't want to push you as well, right? It's a big topic, but well, let's delve in there. Like, I consider yourself successful, as I say, but like, what do you consider success? Like, let's define success.
Oh wow, yeah, I like it. So recently, I gave my definition of success. That it's a definition, but it's not easy to apply, right? My definition of success is the joy you get back when you help others to be successful. So it's a feeling, right? When you feel successful, when you get joy back, and when you get joy back, when you see others, especially people who are close to you, being happy and successful because of you, especially if you help them, right? This is my definition of success. Doesn't mean it's easy to apply, because we always apply success to our, promotion, getting more money,
Personal experience.
something on us. That's a temporary success, right? I think if we want to have a feeling of being successful, that's a feeling of joy and happiness, is when you smile every time you think at people you helped.
I like that. You're much of a giver, right?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
It works, right? I've not been like this all my career, because as always at the beginning, especially when you start working, you're doing for yourself, you are challenged, you need to deliver, it's on you, right? But when you realize, okay, I've done what I had to do, and I was also recognized with promotions, etc., and I still don't feel successful, you say, okay, what's the problem? What's wrong with me, right? And if you switch and say, okay, let me understand if I can be happy and feeling successful, not being successful, helping others, it works a lot.
Nice. And that's why when you got the promotion to manager, all right, I can help other now, they probably like subconsciously switch.
Yes.
Something
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I love that. It's kind of like the ikigai, the Japanese word,
Yes.
finding your purpose, right, in life.
It is.
Does that change in different stage of your life, or you kind of like lucky enough to find it? There are some people, you were one of those that I know what there is, what success looks like, and or does that change when you reach a goal, and that's like temporary success reached, and then you switch to another one, and you switch to another one, or you always had like a goal in mind, your why in mind?
Good question. It changed significantly, right? Every time. And every time is something, let me say, material. So, getting a degree, finding a job is successful. And then when you achieve it, say, okay, what's next? And then you go through all the steps of your career, all the promotions, and incorporate is easier because, when you're in any corporate, there are levels, and you understand what success looks like.
Yeah.
You know what it is, right? It's next level. So when you go into corporate, you are into framework, and it's easier to say, okay, this is success. This is what success is for me. Problem is, every time you achieve it, you start looking for the next.
That's
and
the
the
thing.
next, and the next, and the next. So it changed. It changed because at the beginning was only my career. And it was important for me because it gave me confidence. Again, I didn't think I was good for this, and having an external recognition was important for me. I'm not lying on this. It was important. But once you get the confidence, say, okay, I did it, I'm happy, right? And then you start thinking, okay, I was successful. Now, what success is next? Because you don't feel successful anymore. I say, okay, I was successful. I did it.
Yeah.
Now, what's next? So it changed a lot for me. Also setting up a fantastic family was a success. I'm very proud of my family. Also, having the courage to move to Australia.
Yeah.
Because people don't know how difficult it can be to go to another country, and starting your life from scratch in another language.
Yeah. That is very far away as well. It's not that close.
And that's far away, right? Especially for me, in Italy, 10 years ago, I started from being an introvert, and then I became very good actually in relationships. So my strength was a relationship with others, with clients, with my team. That was my number one strength. So relocating me to a new country and removing my skill that was
Talking
in Italian, perfect Italian.
Yeah.
And start talking in a not perfect second language with an accent was difficult.
Yeah.
Was a super challenge.
Can relate.
So I overcame this. It took a while. It was very difficult, but that is something else that I said, okay, this is I need to be successful in this. And now when I look back, I think, okay, that was great. I did it.
Yeah.
I was thinking to go back actually.
We all did. I think we all did at some point.
Yeah, I was desperate.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's true, especially we work in relationship, and I used to be very funny in Italian, and then you come here and I don't get the joke, I can't react fast enough. It's difficult, for that, being an immigrant, second language, etc. Having a voice and getting your voice back.
Exactly.
It's kind of reinventing yourself from scratch.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
But actually, what I learned was that the problem was more in my mind than an actual problem.
Yeah.
So because I thought, okay, my English is not great, I have an accent, so I was refrained from approaching clients, right? So that strength I had, I totally removed it because I was not approaching clients. So I was failing miserably. And then I got a coach. And the coach told me, the first question was, Pietro, how successful were you in Italy? Right? And I explained I was successful because I was communicating. Because I can, Italian, we use our body, right? I say, okay, so you're Italian, you're able to use your body. You have a nice accent, actually. And she told me something. So she said, your problem is probably just the words because they're different, right? She said, consider this. In 100% communication, words count only 7%.
Okay.
7% of the communication. 38% is actually the tone of your voice, the speed of your voice, right? Not the word. So 38%. But the majority, 55%, is how you use your body, how you use the eye contact. So I said, really? She said, yes, try. And you should be the best. You're Italian. You use your body when you talk. So I start approaching clients, and even though sometimes I was not totally catching the discussion, the words, I was using my body. Right, and it was switched totally.
So that was the changing moment for you.
Completely. I exposed myself to failure. So let me do it
again. Another time in your life that it was like brought you to success.
And that's true. Actually, I asked the same boss who asked me to come here to go back. And actually, they said, Pietro, okay, no problem. When you want to go back, you go back. But do me a favor. Try for another 3 months, and then we will rediscuss. So this reduced my pressure. I got a coach, and everything changed.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing how our mind puts itself like the block, and when you switch it, when you like finally were kind of look back and say like, what the hell have I done? Why? Like, let's use our weaknesses that we think is our weaknesses and make it our strengths. That's pretty common, but it's amazing to see it like happening all the time. It's fascinating. So change has been a constant in your life, right? And you work in an industry. We work all in an industry that never like now is changing fast. With advent of AI, transformation, tech transformation, telecommunication, you've probably seen, the whole evolution from telco, like from, the old school landline, NBN fiber, internet, etc., like the BlackBerry, advent, iPhone, and now where are we at? Like, what's the stage now? Because the pace is crazy. So what are you seeing in your industry?
But I see, this technology, AI, is really disruptive. It's really disruptive, and the future is not really predictable, right? So even the CEOs of the AI companies like Amodei and others are struggling to say the future is this is the direction, this is what I'm expecting. So the same person, Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, actually he wrote 2 essays. One saying how good AI was supposed to be, grace of machine, something like that. And the second one was sharing the risks of AI. And it's called Renaissances of Technology, something like that. So the same person is sharing 2 views. In the last interview, he said, it's not that I changed my mind, but these 2 views are still valid at the same time. So what's good can happen, what's wrong can happen. There are lots of risks related to AI. But one thing is sure, that we are already, all of us, we're already using it.
In some shape or form, absolutely.
Absolutely. And when people are saying, is this AI impacting us positively or negatively? My opinion, and the opinion of my company, or Accenture, is this is empowering humans. It's a technology that it's done to augment humans. That's the way it's designed. Right? It's not there to be against human. It's for the humans. I give you an example. So AI can 5 years ago they said all the radiologists they will lose their job because now AI can read the scans and can give you the diagnosis. 5 years later, it's true that AI can do this. 5 years later, there are there is the same number of radiologists in the world. The only difference is that now they're doing the job using AI.
Yeah.
They are just augmented.
Better as well, because
Yeah.
I mean,
So AI is just augmenting our skills. And I see with my daughter, she's now studying with AI. She didn't stop studying because AI can do the assessment for them, right?
Yeah.
For her. She's using AI to help her to study, to get prepared better, right? She's very lucky. I remember we used to go to the library to copy
Omnia
from
99.
encyclopedia, yes. So I'm very positive on how AI is going to change the world and change the way we work. But we need to be open to change.
Yeah.
And that's where, especially in big corporates, there is a bit of resistance to change. And some corporates are thinking that AI is just another technology to deploy. That's only partially true. Probably 10% is a technology to deploy, but 90% is how the companies are totally changing and reinventing the way they are operating, the way they're working, right? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, the future.
100%. And I mean, we see it now. Like 2026 didn't knock at the door. It just literally slammed it. And hello, it's here.
Yes.
A lot of things happening. Of course, a corporate chain. The workplace is changing. We see a lot of redundancies. There's a lot of negativity, but there's a lot of positivity as well, as you say. And I like the positive. I'm a positive myself, but of course, you see a lot of change. How do you navigate that change? You're in a leadership position, so you see a lot from top to bottom, but also like as a consultant, speaking with corporate, small, medium-sized businesses, different environment all across the globe. How do you navigate that change? Because the pace is tough.
It's tough, yes, but there is also a lot of excitement. So you're asking me, my company is an AI company, right? So our job is actually helping other company and corporates to reinvent themselves, leveraging also this technology, especially leveraging the AI technology, but not only, because AI standalone can't work without the data, the cloud, or the infrastructure, and all of these can't work if humans, so us, we're not prepared to the change. So a big component of what we do is also helping company to change the culture in the organization, to be ready to leverage on this new technology that's already there. It's not something coming. AI is already there. So we are all of us, we are already using on a daily basis. I'm pretty sure you use it to prepare for the podcast.
Of course. Translate.
I always
fix my grammar.
If I have to send an email to an important client, I use AI.
Yeah.
If I want to know the latest point of view of the SMEs in my company, we have our internal AI who is telling us these are the last projects we delivered. These are the talking points for your clients, and that's what we can propose. So it's speeding up what I can do for my clients. So far is very positive, and I understand some people are going to be a bit resistant to change, and that can be a problem, like always.
Yeah.
So my suggestion to everyone is try to embrace this technology with curiosity, as an opportunity. Change is always uncomfortable, always. But at the end, if we action on what we have to do, and we know exactly what we have to do, so we need to use it, we need to learn. And it's an accessible technology. It's not difficult.
Yeah.
You're not learning, Java programming language. It's not this. It's very accessible. We have to do it. So any friends we have, any colleagues, we need to incentivize them to do it.
Who is I mean, you're talking with different level of people as well at the board, and now we have like a crowd that talks a lot with board. If they're not on board themselves. Who's more slow to adopt and to understand, and how you communicate with them? All right, this is what we need to do, guys. We can't sail against the wind. What's the communication method that you use to convince them?
The communication method is showing them the value, because we can do a bit of forcing people to do it. Like in Accenture, for example, it's on the news. We are, let me say, monitoring the access to AI from people to see if they're using it, and we're using this as a input for the promotion. It's not a secret. Oh. And that's okay, because we are an AI company. So, and we need to lead by example. So we like to say AI, before we were saying the humans are in the loop of AI. So AI will do all the job, and the humans are just saying, okay, approved. That's not this. This is not AI. That's what we say is humans are in the lead. So, and you can see AI, you have to ask what you want, right? So it's empowering us on what we ask AI to do. So it's always, driven by humans, the input and the output. So what we get and how we use the output for our job. So yeah, this is.
It's changing fast now.
Changing fast, but it's exciting, and we need to find the time to do it, because we have lots of excuses to say no, right? So just say yes. Put 1 hour a day to learn AI.
Yeah,
and you can learn AI using AI.
Yeah,
it's so easy.
What's a couple of advice, like people that maybe are in between jobs, or like are in a leadership position and they're not really AI literates?
Okay.
What would you suggest? Where do you start?
My suggestion is to force yourself to learn. So, for example, if you disappear for 1 week, right, you get 1 week leave, and you spend it to study, it's a great investment. And the training of AI is so accessible, because all these companies, so Microsoft, Anthropic, and Google, they are sharing free training.
Yeah.
So go and learn. If you don't know how to do it, just ask AI. Open, ChatGPT and ask, how can I learn?
Yeah.
Or if you are already in a big company, a corporate, I'm pretty sure there are, like in Accenture, there is lots of training. We are investing in training our people massively. So the push is do the training. So stop working, do the training, because some people are not doing it, because they're so passionate about the day-by-day job. Stop for a moment, invest time to do the training, especially if your job is allowing you to do it as part of your job. The best thing you can do is getting paid to learn. It's
amazing, guys.
Sometimes we don't do it, right? Because we are so immersed into our jobs.
Yeah. What do you think is gonna change them all? Like Anthropic recently actually released a graphic, like with all the industry and the sector that are gonna be impacted, and like the ratio on how much they're gonna be impacted. Of course, you work in telco, but also like across different industry across APAC region, and also you come from Europe. What do you think is the sector that are going to be impacted the most and change the most for the best? Let's put it up for the best and the worst. Let's see.
It's no one knows, but you can imagine, for example, the contact centers today, where people are just answering the call and reading a script to the client. Sometimes the script is suggested already by AI. These jobs are going to be impacted. And to be honest, it's good they're impacted, because this is not a motivating job, but it's a repetitive job. So if we leave AI doing answering calls in the contact centers, it's good for humans.
Mm-hmm.
So we humans can do more inspiring jobs. Because staying all day answering calls can be frustrating, probably, right? Especially with angry clients. Instead, if you delegate to AI, most of the calls, not
Of course.
AI can't lead all the calls, but most of them, will free up workforce to do something else. I don't think that there will be, let me say, in 2 years, I don't think the number of jobs will be less than today.
Okay.
We will have more jobs because what's going to happen is that productivity is going to boost.
Yeah.
But humans are always reinventing themselves to do something else. It's part of the history.
Yeah.
It happened already, and it's happening again.
Yeah, and that's a constant that, make you think, all right, I'm a positive.
Yes.
We're gonna find a way. It's difficult to predict. We don't have a crystal ball, so we can't really predict, but it's just we probably need to readapt faster than before.
Yeah.
And like the people that are affected now, that are doing a single task job, like for example, contact center, they will need to readapt in doing something a bit more creative, etc. So that reinvention will need to happen probably a bit more often. You see the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Reinvention will, and also I think what's going to change in the future is the number of in-person interactions are going to change.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about that, everything you can do online probably can be done by a machine, by AI. Right? What AI can do is coming and talking to you and touching you, hugging you.
The body language.
The body language and having the empathy with another human being. So no machine can do this.
Yeah.
So this is so if I have to guess, right? No one can.
No predict.
I not predict. If I have to guess, I think these jobs which are delivered in person are going to be more to be evaluated more in the future, and jobs that can be done online, like programming. Programming is over. AI can do it. These jobs will be impacted. Doesn't mean that the person is impacted. You just need to adapt to evolve to do something else. So it's not that programming is disappearing. So 80, 70, 80% of programming is done by AI, but you need to be an engineer to use AI to do the coding for you. So AI is not doing everything by themselves.
Yeah.
Humans in the lead.
Yeah, I like that. And we are pro-humans, of course, but let's put the coaching hat on here, right?
Yeah.
What are the skills or the traits that a person need to improve to be able to adapt to this change? Because if you're a programmer, you like programming, you're probably an introvert like you were. So you need to be able to make that change and all right, let's switch. Let's become better in something else. What are the skills? What do you need to train as a coach yourself? What do you suggest you need to improve and self-develop to be able to adapt?
But I think, first of all, we need to have a mindset of curiosity for the future. Forget that the job we are doing today will be the same in 1 to 5 years. It's going to change. It's not to change the needs of the customer. So I think what Jeff Bezos said, if you want to know the future of AI, just look at what the customers need. Because no AI is going to be a customer in the future. I don't think so. They're not going to have no AI can have, no robots can have an account, bank account, right?
Yeah.
So
hopefully
the people spending money would be always people, never AI. So you spend people on things which are valuable for you. So if you want to see the future, start thinking, okay, what I will keep buying in the future, right? And that's a good question. Because I think we are keeping buying the same things, more or less.
That is very true. Yeah.
Right. So what's required today? food, books, entertainment, travel will be always there.
Yeah.
Right. So I think a skill, it depends. If we are in my job, for example, I see lots of reinvention happening in the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll need more and more people who are able to approach reinvention, to go to be advisors to client, to change. And in order to advise a client to change, you need to understand change, understand the value of changing,
Mm-hmm.
right? So this is an important skill. So becoming comfortable with the change.
Yeah, I like that.
Right?
Comfortable with the comfortable.
Darwin said the
think it was,
species that will survive, the one who is most adaptable to
Yeah,
change.
not the stronger, but
Not the
the
strongest.
one ready to change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So again, don't be too stressed. Just think is the right thing to do. Changing is good.
I mean, it's in the human nature, right? Like we're human because of the ability
Absolutely.
to evolve.
Yes.
So yeah, big evolution coming.
Yes.
I see. God, it's fun. Time is running out when you have fun. So it's good. Let's get some question on the crowd here. If you have any question, raise the hand, open the mic, and please feel free. Is there no question? Okay. Shy. People are not ready for a change. We can keep going here. Like we can talk like forever.
It's okay. It's Friday.
I have
I
a
know.
question.
Here we go.
I won't be shy. No, I've been on my own little self-discovery recently, and where you were talking about success, I wanted to ask, where do you think your success has created risk, either in your leadership style, and how do others perceive you? And what have you done? Maybe there's 3 questions in one, but how have you actively managed that?
The risk of success. That's the question. I'm sorry, I didn't get.
Where do you think your success has created risk? So for me, I think like sometimes when we make decisions, we do obviously take risks. But I'm asking, where do you think your success has created risk? And
it's okay. It's not the success itself creating risk. It's the pursuing of success that's creating risks, right?
Mm.
And there is risk, of course. There is risk. So when I moved to Australia, I put at risk my job of my wife, my family, everything. And that's the reason why it's uncomfortable pursuing success. Every time we change role in the same company, there is risk because you are already doing something, you're doing well, and you're changing. So you're losing what was working. You're going out of your comfort zone. You can fail. And that's true, you can fail, but in my experience, every time, so there is risk, so the risk of failure, right? But the risk of failure is not too big. We are always overrating the risk of skill of failure. Actually, failing when happened to me, always been transformed or turned into something positive. And always better than what I lost, what I put at risk. That's my experience. But I have to tell you, in the short term, sometimes it can be painful. Was for me, can be painful. So there is risk.
And how do you actively manage that? And the reason why I ask this is everything that we do, has some form of risk, whether, we're changing a job or trying to upskill our personal development to go for a higher role. There's so many different factors, not only inside work, but outside of work. How do you manage all of that pressure? Like, you've just moved country, you've brought your family here, how do
Yeah.
you, I guess, keep yourself sane?
I think the best thing you can do is being honest with yourself. So first of all, every time you go, you face a challenge, an external challenge or a challenge that you are deciding to face, you need to know that can be stressful. So you need to get prepared, right? It's never easy. So first, this is the first thing. When I moved to Australia, for me, I totally underrated this. I came here, said, oh, it's easy. My company is doing everything. I go there, I start surfing. That's it. No, was not this.
Surfing ain't easy, by the way.
I never learned surfing. And surfing is not easy. So first of all, being aware that every time there is, you're going to be uncomfortable. There is no change without going out of your comfort zone. That's not bad, by the way, right? Then there is a level of uncomfort that you can manage yourself. Like when you go to the gym, it's uncomfortable, but you can manage yourself. And there is a level of uncomfort that it's overwhelming. You need to understand when it's too much and being honest and start sharing. Don't keep for yourself. That's my experience. If you keep for yourself, it's very bad. It can get worse and worse. If you want to be successful, share with a friend. Hopefully, ask for help. Ask for help to a friend, okay? Better if you ask for help to someone who's already faced the same challenge. So that's my experience. So finding a coach, for example, is always a good idea. Always a good idea. It's a good investment. And it's an industry that's growing a lot. But I see the value. I see the value. I use coaching myself. I have multiple coaches actually. And that's how I manage the stress, let me say. But you need to recognize you are stressed first.
Yes.
Right?
How do you listen to yourself and like self-analyze, right? Like that's the most difficult thing to do.
It's not easy because I'm Sicilian. I'm very proud. I've never struggled.
Very true.
I do everything myself. So I go to that point the last minute. I should start immediately. When you start something new, say, oh, I'm struggling. It's very difficult. Help me.
Yeah.
Instead of going at the end when you are in pain already.
Yeah. Does that affect? Sorry, Chantal, I'll just jump in as well.
No, that's okay, because I know I do love this kind of stuff, but I do need to excuse myself because I do have to jump onto a call. But I really enjoyed this session. It's very inspiring, and yeah, it was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now the question is, like, translated on a workplace, on a leadership position, especially like making decision that is going to affect a company, and a company, it means people. People means family. Family means more people, etc., etc. Like, how do you manage that stress? Because it's a big decision at the end of the day, especially with the job you do. Transformation, AI implementation is going to create a lot of change. How do you think that through?
That's a great question. You always impact the life of people. There's a fantastic book that's called Everybody Matters. Matters.
Translate with the eye.
That's about this leadership where you manage your team as a family. And it's an extreme concept, but I love it. And I give you an example. If in your family, for example, I don't know, you have kids? No, not yet. Okay. But I have one daughter, right? In your family, you have kids. And if your kids are not doing well, what do? You don't fire them. For sure.
Can't
You
find
don't make them.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Next.
So you help them.
Yeah.
You try to make them successful till the end, right? So if you apply the same concept to the workplace, I think it's super successful. Super successful.
I gotta make I have a saying here because, like, at some point, business is business, and if you're leading a team in business, at some point you might come to a decision that if your kids are not performing, you might need to fire them or like make it redundant. How does that translate into?
Yeah, or you find them another job or another thing to do, right? You're a leader, you manage the problem. I think you don't just say, we don't need you anymore. It's your problem. It's, of course, this is done in corporates probably. But if you as a leader, you can go beyond your company.
Mhm.
You can follow up people. That's what I do with my clients and with my team. Even though they are leaving, I keep following them, helping them. So, of course, it's better to keep your team with you, working with you, like the concept of family, but it's the same if you just keep helping them. Sometimes you let your kids go when they go to university, when
They move to Australia.
you don't say, "Oh, you're part of my team." You say,
Yeah.
right? So sometimes you need to let people go and grow.
Yeah.
But if you do with kindness and compassion, I think is valuable, and you feel successful going to the initial
topic. Yeah. Great. Any other question, guys? Otherwise, we conscious of everyone's time. Perfect.
All right.
Guys, thank you very much. Pietro,
Thank you,
it's
Luca.
been an absolute pleasure.
My
We
pleasure.
we can keep the chat going for forever.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll have another coffee or a vino now. It's probably better. And thank you again for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you all.
Thank
Ciao.
you. Bye-bye.